welcome everyone to On Demand Occupational Medicine. We have taken an immediate care business model and our drug testing business model. We have merged them, and we are just so excited to be able to show you guys around here. We are being streamed live, I believe. So if you have any questions as we are touring our facility and showing some of our services, please make sure you post them. We're going to have time at the end to make sure that we answer those for you guys. This over here is Megan Wine. She is our Director of Sales, and she's going to be helping us with the tour today.
Nice to meet you. And this here is Ruth Bowdish, and she was recently promoted to our Managing Director here at On Demand.
So thank you very much, Megan. If you guys want to go ahead and walk with us, we are going to come on in and see what we do here.
All right.
All right, guys, as you can see, this is our main entrance to our facility. We purposely redesigned our facility to have one main entrance, not only for our immediate care, but also our drug testing. So we can treat illness, injury, as well as you can come in here, you get a physical as well as a drug test in one place.
That's right, Megan. That's a great point. Thank you for mentioning that. As you can see, our waiting area here has plenty of room for social distancing. We're definitely taking all of our hygienic measures during the pandemic very, very seriously. Some other changes that we've had is, if you'll notice over here, we actually have just implemented a new digital sign-in process. What this does is it allows us to ensure the lowest wait times possible for any of your employees or family members that are coming in. We know what services they're coming in for. We know when they're coming in and when they're leaving.
Wow, Ruth, look who's here. Look over here.
Who's here?
Look, it's Evan from the Ohio Trucking Association.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Evan, good. It's good to see you.
Great. It's good to see you guys. It's always a good day to be here at On Demand.
It has. I mean, it seems like just last week we were down in Columbus together for the OTA conference, wasn't it?
Quite literally. It was.
That's funny because it was last week.
It was last week. We have beautiful weather.
Yes.
But what brings you here today?
So I'm here today just to keep up with all things DOT compliance. On Demand, they're great partners for us here. Everything from DOT compliance to drug testing, and really a big thing in our industry right now is the drug clearinghouse, and Ruth and her team have been a great resource of service to us and reliable, and that's really key in this industry is reliability.
Well, thank you, Evan. I mean, we value our relationship with the OTA and with the opportunities that we have. We know how serious you guys take safety on our roadways, and we're honestly honored to be a part of that. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Safety is key. Thank you.
Very good. Very good to see you, and I'm glad you made it safe from Columbus.
Yes,
as well,
absolutely.
So, yeah.
As soon as we get done here, I'll sit down. We'll start talking about those new policies, updated policies.
That'd be great. Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you, Evan.
Absolutely. Great seeing you guys.
Oh, look who's over here.
Where are we going next? Oh.
We're over here at our main reception area. We have Lori. This is Lori here, our clinical administrator. And we have Ruth, Kim, who's our Director of Operations for On Demand Occupational Medicine. Hi. What are you guys working on?
I feel very welcomed right now.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
So, Lori, what changes have you noticed recently, maybe with like hours or something like that we've been able to implement?
Yes, we have extended our hours. We are now here Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon.
Great. And Kim, what do you got going on today?
Oh, I'm just up here waiting for my SAP to come in.
SAP, what do you mean by that?
Substance abuse. We had a person that tested positive for marijuana. He did believe that his medical marijuana card was okay when you drive a truck, and it is not.
It is not. It is not. Well, I'm sure you'll get them taken care of.
I
Kim.
will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and come down into our hallway now. And the first room here that we would like to showcase is our lab room. You can just kind of pan around in there. This is going to be our blood draw room. This is where we have started doing our COVID testing, which is extremely important, as well as blood draws for lead levels, Hep B, whatever a company may need.
And surprisingly, a lot of the employers have partnered with On Demand recently to implement COVID testing as part of their pre-employment package. So if that's something you're interested, please feel free to contact me at On Demand.
Definitely, definitely. Now over here in our next room, we're able to do Bci Fbi Electronic Fingerprinting.
Who's here?
Oh my gosh, it's Rich from Canfield Schools. How are
Hey,
you?
what's happening?
What's happening?
Oh, it's so good. So I see that you're getting your fingerprints here.
Yeah, trying to get it taken care of.
Oh, that's good. You know, those requirements and all.
Yeah.
So it's always good to see you.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I just got out of school and I ran over here real quick because it's something you do and I want to take advantage of it.
Well, thank
Why
you.
not?
Thank you so much. We also do student drug testing.
Yeah, we do, actually done several things for us, more than, you know, it's a lot more than a student drug testing program that you've done for us. Some of our students have come here for assessments. Ruth has been a superstar showing up and doing staff trainings and things like that. There's just, it's something more than just, hey, we're here to to drug test your kids. It's so much more. Offer support. Like I get on the phone, make a phone call, and there could be 3 or 4 people in the room at any given moment, trying to give me feedback about the situation in a minute. We're grateful for it. I'm so grateful. We started this partnership, 3 years ago now?
Yeah, right around there. Definitely.
It's definitely been a pleasure working with Canfield Schools and obviously getting to know you and
Yeah,
your
for
day
sure.
and the staff, and I love working with obviously the students as well. It's been a pleasure getting to know everyone.
It definitely has. I mean, with the school district and all the other school districts as well, we work to put the student safety and their health and wellness. It's just, we're honored to be a part of it. So thank you.
As are we.
You also had the opportunity to go speak with the health class.
Yes, I did. And it looks like I'm going to be doing that again this year via Zoom.
Yeah.
So anything we can do to put the tools in these kids' hands to make better life choices, I'm always happy to do that.
And we're 100% on board, because
Awesome.
the product that we've seen thus far is spectacular.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Good to
Enjoy it.
see
I'll
you.
take a coffee again. Why not?
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, guys.
Come on out.
Come on down here. All right, this is going to be one of 4 drug testing rooms. Now, I know that you guys are not going to have too many tours where you get to see a bathroom, but we here at On Demand, obviously, we take our drug testing very, very seriously. When we got into our new facility, it was very important that we were able to offer DOT-compliant restrooms. And by doing so, you can see the blue dye. We also have the back of the toilet that is screwed on. But I think probably one of the most beneficial features is that we have a switch outside here that we are able to actually shut the water off. And that's right here. So we can just shut the water off. This helps us maintain the integrity of that specimen, which is really important. If you want to look behind you over here, you can see our digital computer programming here that we have. So all of our physicals and our drug tests are all going to be through a digital platform, which is really nice because that means employers can get results in real time. You know exactly when your person showed up to our clinic and when they've completed it and where that drug screen is. Is it at the lab? Is it an MRO? With our electronic platform, you're going to know that. Now we're going to head on out here. Megan's here.
Yeah, it's actually, we have someone here from one of our companies today that I want to introduce you to. His name is Tom Miles. He's with
Hi,
Inter
Tom.
Aviation.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're good. We're live streaming on Zoom,
Super.
giving a walking tour of On Demand.
Yeah.
Good.
Tom has actually been with On Demand for several years. How many years,
More
Tom?
than several. Since 2007.
2007.
Yeah, so about 14 years. Yeah, I've kind of taken On Demand everywhere I've gone in my professional career. So
We're happy
we're
to.
at Winter now, and they do all our DOT. We have mechanics that work on planes, so they're all fall under FFA guidelines. So they do all those drug testing. We have 6 locations throughout the country
Yes.
where they actually set us up as a TPA, and all the drug screens go through On Demand there. So we've used them for physicals. We've used them for training, just about everything. Now, unfortunately, COVID testing
Yes.
also. So
You actually gave me a tour of the Winter Aviation in
Just
Vienna
recently
as
she
well.
was out,
Yes, I got
so-
to meet everyone, all the
Yep.
mechanics.
So I don't know what we would do without them,
Well,
actually.
Tom, we appreciate your friendship.
Yeah.
You do mean a lot
I've
to us, and
made
you
a
know
lot
that.
of friends
Yes,
here. That's
he's
for
my
sure.
every month at the Safety
Safety
Council. Him and
Council.
I
Yep.
usually sit together, at least give each other hugs.
Yep,
So,
yep.
but thank you so
All
much
right.
for taking the time today and
No
coming.
problem. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Glad to be here.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on. Let's come on out here in the hallway, and Ruth's gonna guide you down the hallway.
So we have here, just like the rooms that we showed you up there, we actually have 4 identical rooms that are here, all DOT compliant, all electronic based, ready to take care of any of the drug testing needs or physical needs that our employers may have. Speaking of physicals, at the end of the hall, we have 2 exam rooms. This is where we do our DOT medical exams as well as pre-employment physicals, school physicals. We do crane physicals. There's a lot of physicals, right,
Yeah.
Megan?
School, sports,
Oh yes, work physicals and it's
hazmat physicals as well.
oh definitely. It looks like we're someone's getting a physical now. Let me see here. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Is it an eye
No,
test? Do you need help reading that bottom line?
I Well, this is Larry from TBBS. Larry, how are you? Can I shake your hand?
Doing very good. All right.
How are you today?
Very good.
Good. Love your jacket.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What brings you here today?
Well, I'm getting a physical done. On Demand does our physicals for instructors and actually does our drug screens. Also comes on site and does physicals and drug screens for our students.
Oh,
And you guys moving into this new building here really made it easier for us. So you're closer, and within 15, 20 minutes, we're here.
well, thank you so much, Larry. I know that we do love coming out on site for you guys and getting those physicals completed. We appreciate the opportunity to work with your school, and we know how important safety is to you and to instill that in your students. Us being a part of that, we really appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate it as well.
Thank
Great.
you. And
Thank
Dr.
you.
Turkley back there.
Yes. Let's introduce, this is our medical
How
examiner.
you doing today? Always here to help you anytime you need us.
Absolutely. That's
Thanks,
good.
Doc.
All right.
Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, Doc.
Wonderful.
Appreciate it.
Take care. Have a great day.
All right.
You too. Megan, I just want to take a moment here and ask you, what are some of the things you love about working at On Demand?
Well, I mean, I've been here now for about 6 years. And obviously, what I truly value is our relationship with our owners, Tom and Steph Ivney. They've been great. They're like a secondary mom and dad to me. I always say every time I go to a company, my favorite thing about working with us is we're very, very family oriented. When you come to our facility, you speak with everyday people like you and I. We become familiar with you. We recognize you. We treat you like one of our family members. And most importantly, as you can see, my team members. I love our team members here at On Demand. We always tease and joke around with each other and say we're almost kind of like the island of misfits that all ended up together here On Demand. And it's
That's
just
true.
it's just a great culture. I mean, we work with safety, we work with recovery. Our immediate care now is a huge component that I'm really excited to, the growth obviously is a huge component of what I love. So.
No, I mean, I think that you've definitely hit on some of the most excellent points. I mean, at On Demand, I've been here actually longer than anybody else besides Tom and Stephanie. And I know that one of the things that I just absolutely love is our commitment to compassion and to integrity, and knowing that everything that we do here, we're doing it for the right reasons. So and they know that even if they call, they have a question about DOT compliance or BWC compliance or anything along those lines, we are going to go ahead and get that answer for them. And then, as you mentioned, to kind of piggyback on that, we are a family, and every one of our clients we bring in as a family member to kind of solidify this. We've actually recently started a new health and wellness kind of program amongst ourselves. And we are looking kind of like the Whole30 model, but right around there, some good nutrition, health, wellness. I'm happy to be a part of that. Megan, you're definitely a part of that. Actually, I think most of our staff is committed, 110%. They're committed to living healthy lifestyles, to having important decisions about what they take and what they eat. So just keep that in mind. Over here, we have our essential functions room. So you can go ahead and pan around. Before we get to all of those things, though, I want to show you this room behind me. It's kind of out of the way, tucked away over here. This is so special to me. This is actually behind this door right here. This is our hearing booth, but this room was built completely soundproof. So we are able to do the OSHA necessary hearing exams, as well as both the long and the short exams as well. I'm gonna have you guys take a peek in here real quick. Let's go ahead and open the door so you guys can see, because there's another sound booth on the inside that,
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, what is going on in here?
Hold on.
What in
I
the
thought-
world?
That health and wellness only goes so far.
Even White House donuts, are you kidding me?
Well, what we have
Should we
here.
wake them up? Or
Well, you know what? This is Mariah Magada. She is our customer service and our MRO assistant. And down there in her lovely unicorn, she wears that more times than you guys would like to think. She is our billing specialist. So now I think that, maybe when that phone's ringing and no one's answering it, now we know why. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, these two are some of our hardest workers. And when they get a chance, we're happy to give that to them for sure. So, but that is our hearing booth. So what do we have over here, Megan?
Over here is Brian, our office manager, as well as Dave from VEC. And what are you guys doing today over here?
We're actually reviewing our essential functions. At VEC, we hire our On Demand to basically put our new employees through basic essential functions to make sure they have free range of movement. There's no underlying injuries. When we put them out on the construction sites, we want to make sure they're as safe as they can be. They can perform their duty, and we don't have to worry about any insult to injury. the cool thing is they set up and they source for us all over the country. So we have a normal routine that they outsource for us with the drug testing and the essential functions and the physicals and everything. And it's been a great relationship with On Demand.
Well, we appreciate you saying
Yeah,
so, Dave.
absolutely.
I can't speak highly enough of BEC and how long you guys have been a client of ours and how much we really, truly appreciate the partnership that we have with you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Brian, real quick, can you tell us a little bit about the essential functions? What are some things that we can do here for employers?
Yeah, we can do a lot of things for the employers. We're doing essential functions to make sure they don't get hurt at work, make sure they can perform the job, you know, and not get hurt. A lot of lifting techniques. We lift with weights. We can lift with the weight machines.
Yeah,
Also-
what do you have over here with these pipes? And then what are these
Also, we
things?
have we
Megan,
could see if they could pull, how hard they could pull, how hard they could push with this. That Megan's going to demonstrate there. They would do it like that, and then they also would flip their hands over the other way, and they would push that way.
Push. Especially for, you know, a lot of manufacturing facilities that we work with. They're doing
Exactly.
a lot of pushing, they're doing a lot of pulling. We work with Lane EMT.
Oh, yes, that's what these are for,
We do
right?
CPR, we do lifting with the EMTs and paramedics.
We also work with GLI poles, and GLI pole does a lot with pool liners. So that means they use their fingers and their hands a lot. So we actually measure their finger dexterity. And it's, you know, creating a baseline for employers to ensure, obviously, you know, obviously they're not hiring their injured worker, they're not hiring your next workers' compensation case.
Yeah. What are the pipes for? They're kind of
The pipes, we do that for some construction companies.
So they gotta lift, they gotta carry
lift them and they carry them. Exactly.
That's nice. That's nice. Now, I do know that when we built this room, you know, we talked about this facility, Brian, and I know that you were part of this. When we first moved into this building, it was nothing but a warehouse. Now, you remember the tape on the floor? We would put tape on the floor so we would know where to build the walls. So all of the walls that we have here were something that we put up. The only thing that we had was a lobby, right? Everything else here, we designed, we put in. And one of the things I just find hilarious is this ladder that we have behind us. The reason I think this ladder is funny is first, we built the room around that ladder. We often use this ladder to make sure people can climb up and down those stairs. Now, Brian, do you remember over at 102, we had to remove the ceiling tiles? Well, we certainly have come a long way since then, haven't we? But that ladder's never getting out of this room. That's
No,
for sure.
we actually structured this room around that ladder.
We did, totally,
So you'd have to
definitely.
completely take it apart to get it
Yeah,
out the
we
door,
would.
right?
We certainly would. Over here, you know what this is, right, Megan?
This is actually assembles the back of or simulates a back of a bus. So what we do here is we work with MRDD, and when they do hire their bus drivers, they have to be able to sit flat and jump down to the bottom of the floor here, as you can see. That way, if there's ever an emergency, if they need to help or assist other people from coming off the bus, they can do so. So we've specifically designed this so we can do it for MRDD, we can do it for several different, you know, any school. So that's something that you're interested in, ensure safety for your you know, obviously the students as well as the drivers.
Excellent, thank you, Megan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. But that just goes to show you how much we can actually simulate different job functions. No matter what the industry is, we have the ability. I remember the late night runs to Home Depot to make sure that we had the right staff, the right, right weights to do all those types of things. So happy to do that. Well, that's good here for essential functions now. Here's the moment that we've all been waiting for. The moment we have all been waiting for. We are just so proud, honestly, because On Demand has made its mission to prevent accidents, you know, to mitigate any type of situation. We have worked over a decade to increase safety in different workplaces and different industries, but the reality of the situation is that accidents happen, right? And so the next logical component for us was making sure that we took that same commitment of compassion and integrity, and we put that into an injury care or an illness care, immediate care office. So we're going to go through the back entrance over here. Don't worry, we're going to show you the waiting room very quickly as well. So what we have over here is our actual primary care facility. This is going to be our waiting area. Oh my gosh, it's Becky from Deering Compressor. Becky, how are you? Good, good. It is going well. Thank you. It's good to see you.
nice to see you too.
Again, how are you? You're out here. How
I
are
know.
you?
I'm here with Danielle. She was having her X-ray, and so
Well, that's good.
waiting for her to come out. Just wanted to say again, appreciate all of the services.
Oh, thank you.
You all know that I'm not a fan of one-stop shopping.
Yes.
Right.
And
But you can do it here.
and that's exactly right. But they got it right. They got it really right on the drug testing, and then they replicated that into these other services.
Well, thank you.
And the occupational part of it, understanding business, our challenges aren't the same as everyone else's. And so this is home for us. So it's so good to see you.
Well, thank you. Our success and our ability to bring these services to you are all only dependent upon the feedback we get from you and your commitment and loyalty to us and letting us know when you have a need that we're there to fulfill it for you. So we appreciate you.
We've certainly grown together. And
Yes,
for getting it right on the drug testing and then replicating that culture.
Thank you.
All right,
So-
we appreciate it.
All
So you
right.
said Danielle's in the back?
She's in the back. So
Let's
yeah.
go.
Let's
Thanks,
go.
Becky.
Thank
Good
you.
to see. I want to give you an
Yeah, thank you. So good to see everyone.
We're going to kind of lower our voice here. This is a real working medical clinic. And as you can see here, we have Stephanie and Chris. They are medical professionals able to help you with whatever possible need you have. If it's not life-threatening, we've got you covered. We have different exam rooms as you come down. This one's being used. If you want to pop your head into this one real quick, as you can see, it's just pretty much a standard standard medical practice room. We have 3 different medical practitioners that are able to assist in different times, whether it be illness, whether it be injury. As I mentioned before, we are doing the COVID testing. There's a lot that we can do here. We have plenty of rooms as we work down kind of this way.
We actually are also doing on-site flu shots or flu shots within our immediate care. So if that's something you as the company would love On Demand to come and administer a flu shot there, we are more than happy to do so.
All right, now what do we have down here? This is our.
This is
our
amazing. I never had an opportunity to actually see an x-ray machine, a room being built, and there's a lot of fundamentals behind this room. But what's in here?
Yeah, what's that?
Take a look.
Hello.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Danielle. Look, it's Danielle from Dairy Compressor. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. What are you doing here today?
Here today to get an X-ray from my trip and fall at work today. So I know you guys are the best taking care of our injured workers, and being one myself, I knew to come here.
Oh, we truly appreciate that.
Absolutely.
We actually, Becky just gave us a wonderful review, and both of you guys are like family to On Demand, and we truly value your commitment. And
Thank you.
absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I saw Darren yesterday. I didn't think I'd be seeing On Demand again today, though.
Oh, Darren loves you. Yeah, he really does love you, and obviously coming on site and seeing you, he talks about you all the time. So
Yeah.
We all love you, but
What was
thank you.
Darren doing out there yesterday?
What was Darren doing? Drug screening?
Darren was doing some drug screening for me, some last minute random drug testing. So yesterday was September 30th and today's October 1st. So gotta get all those quarterly random drug tests in.
It is a new quarter.
It's a new
I
quarter.
believe Q4.
Q4.
2020.
Yep.
Bye-bye,
Oh,
2020.
I know. See you later. Adios.
Pretty much like-
Oh, well, thanks so much. It's good
Absolutely.
seeing you.
Have a great
Absolutely.
day.
Come on up,
Good to
guys.
see you, Danielle.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
All right, we're going to kind of gently come on through here. Now, this is my favorite room, all right? I mean, they're all wonderful, but I have to be honest with you. This here is pretty much my home. If you want to look around, we have begun to space it out for COVID-friendly trainings. But this is our training room. As you can see, with the bags that we have up there, we have recently done a CPR training, making sure that we are remaining within the guidelines set forth from our governor for the pandemic. But we are able to do CPR trainings. I don't even know how many different trainings we've done here in the last year. DOT.
We've done DOT, we had the BWC of Youngstown down here, and we had several different companies down here. We also have the ability to rent this room. A lot of companies we work with don't have the space, so this is part of the reason why we created such a big open space. We can fit between about 70, 80 people
Yeah,
in
I
here.
think the United Way almost had 100 in here that one time when we were doing the time management training.
It's definitely a great asset, and everyone probably already knows Ruth. I mean, she spoke at several different seminars throughout the valley, and I know right now with COVID, it's tough to host an event, but in the future, once we're able to, all regulations and restrictions are down, we are for sure going to host something, so we welcome you here.
Definitely. I mean, we are, we got started with training with a drug-free workplace. We went into companies, we talked to them about their policy, made sure that everybody, all the employees understood the importance of having that policy, understood what to do if they are on prescription medication. Those types of things are really important that the employees know. And then we, of course, we talk to supervisors. We want to make sure that they know the signs and the symptoms of drug or alcohol use on the job. We want to make sure that they know what to do if they do suspect somebody might be under the influence. And we also are very adept at helping them through those types of situations, making sure they know how to properly document those types of things. And really overall, it's just been a pleasure to kind of come into all of these different companies and give them that information. I really appreciate the opportunity there. So that, in a nutshell, is our facility.
Wow.
That is our facility.
Yes.
And I know we were going to take some questions and answers. I'm not sure if Sydney and Lexi, they're our marketing team, had some of those available to us, but if not, we'll be happy to answer any questions.
And if anything too, I mean, I would love to welcome anyone here for a tour of our facility. That way you can meet our staff, you can meet me, Ruth, Kim, all of our staff here at On Demand. We're very, welcoming. Would love for you to see our immediate care. We would love to schedule an on-site visit with you, do like an evaluation of your facility. That way, if there is any accidents or injuries, our medical providers here are aware of your facility and what specific jobs that you do have. So get a hold of me. You can contact me here directly. It's Megan Wine, and social media.
Yeah.
Please take a minute, follow us on social media. We're on LinkedIn, but Ruth and I, as well as On Demand Occupational Medicine, and we have Facebook as well as Instagram. So please,
Yeah,
look who's here.
Yeah. So all of those wonderful pieces of information that we send out, those emails and everything like that, you can go ahead and thank these guys.
Yes.
The social media posts and everything like that. They do an absolutely fantabulous job. Literally, I will draw something on a piece of paper in chicken scratch and say, can you do this? And whatever they come up with is leaps and bounds better than I could have imagined. So definitely heavily rely on those. Of course, Megan in the field when she's out selling and stuff like that, having this team, it's really important too.
So Ruth, we do have some questions. Oh, I'm sorry. We're gonna
No, we're good.
continue. So with all the new development projects happening in Lordstown, specifically with GM, LG Chem, with Lordstown Motors, with TJX facility, are you seeing an increase in your business? Are you almost a leading indicator of all these great job sites that are starting to really?
Well, we are doing some testing in Lordstown for sure, and some of the right now with GM or with Lordstown, the old GM plant, they are still in renovation mode. And so we're still working with the contractors and the construction crew that are coming out. And we definitely have a very good relationship with those individuals. And we're available to come on site 24/7 for any type of drug screen that might need to be done in those situations. So it's funny you say that because it was probably about 2011 that we worked with the Acker Werner team over on the VNM2 site in Girard. And believe it or not, that actually kind of propelled us into a lot of different companies, one of which was VEC.
Right.
They were one of the contractors on there, and they developed a relationship with us, and we've been with them ever since, and they've been with us ever since. So these relationships that we can begin to cultivate on these new companies that are coming in are very important to us. And we don't care if a company has 10 employees or 1,000 employees. We are going to provide the same level of care no matter what and be there to answer questions. Just yesterday, the day before, we were talking to the individuals out in Lordstown about some needs that they had.
We have an appointment set up next Friday for a tour.
That's right. So we work with unions as well. I know that there's a lot of union work with the constructions, and we're members of the Builders Association, and we take those relationships very, very seriously, very much to heart. We love our relationships with our unions, and we're always able to work with what their needs are, because when they go to these different sites, those sites might have different needs.
Right.
And so even though that they're in a mandated or a program through our company, if they need us to tailor that, to fit the needs of that site, we can do it same day. Right. We're going to On Demand me.
Right.
We got our name.
Well, right, the services you provide really help their productivity, right?
Yes,
Which ensures
most
worker
definitely.
safety, it really helps their bottom line.
Definitely. I mean, if they have an individual who maybe had a slip or trip or fall, maybe doesn't require that medical component of it, but because of their policy, they do need that post-accident drug screen and breath alcohol test. Our ability to pick up and go on site anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, holidays, weekends, it doesn't matter. We're there for our companies. And so the ability for them to call us, that means that that individual is not losing time coming and going from our facility. We're able to come to them. We're able to get that done. If there's a random program, as Danielle was just mentioning, that individual, they came in, we got them tested, we came to their facility. There's a trucking company, RK Camp, out in Salem, that their drivers are on the road a lot. And so it's important to them to know that when they know they've got a driver coming in that afternoon and they're on the random list, that we can come out and get that taken care of. So they call us in the morning and say, hey, can you come out here this afternoon? We're happy to do that. Our new on-site services have started to, as Megan mentioned before, include COVID testing. So we're doing that on site now as well. Several nursing homes and things along those lines to make sure that they're in compliance with the governor's school district, student drug testing.
There's a wide variety. I'm hearing industrial, but schools, so the academic. There's a wide range of industries you serve.
Oh yeah, there's not a single industry that, any industry that values safety, and that's every industry.
Everybody.
And that's everybody. So we work with restaurants. We work with area Dunkin' Donuts, for example. We work with trucking companies. We work with manufacturing, extruding plants. I mean, just everything. Down in North Jackson, they've started with a lot of new industry from Mom's Meals, Amazon, things along those lines. Mom's Meals is a great company. We work well with them. There's just a lot of industries and it doesn't matter to us.
Right. It sounds like you have a lot of long-term relationships too. That just partnership is by definition, right? That's what happens.
That's what happens because their needs can vary. And what I've always said about drug testing specifically is it's kind of like an insurance policy. You don't really think about it until you need it. And so we want to alleviate those stressors from our employers. We want them to know that if there is an incident, if someone has, unfortunately it happens, people come to work under the influence, we want them to know that they're not alone, that they can call us. Just yesterday, I was on the phone with one of our companies. They were worried about compliance issues. They wanted to make sure that everything they were doing was good because they were going to get an audit. We're happy to help them. We're working for the company in Akron, as a matter of fact, who contacted us because the TPA they had been with before did not ensure compliance with regulations they had to follow. And so with one phone call to us, we were able to bring them back up to that compliance. And that's where that integrity of our services really comes from, and why it is, again, any industry that we have, we're happy to tailor what they might need. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well, we appreciate you being so generous with your time today on the tour. So this was this is truly an on-demand tour and on-demand. Is that correct? Yeah, we just kind of showed up with our cameras and our phones and our Zoom connection and our Facebook Live connection. Yeah, to everyone viewing us today, thanks so much for joining us via Zoom, via Facebook Live. Any parting thoughts for everyone before we sign off?
Well, as much, I want to thank all of the companies that came out here today to be represented. We value every one of our companies. We work with about 1,000 different companies actually across the country. And each one of them, we tend to know their needs and what they want. And so as much as they have said some nice things about us, really, we wouldn't be anywhere we are today without those clients and then coming to us. And then on the same side of that, I know that Megan and I've got a lot of this, but we're not in this alone. We have a team of workers. They've been kind of in and out of employees, of medical professionals, from our drug screen collectors that go on site, to Mariah and Billy. They don't really sleep in that room. They really do.
They're very, very, very hard workers.
Very hard workers. We have Darren, who's our on-site manager, so anybody who needs something on site. Darren, of course, Kim, Lori, Brian, Melissa. We have some new faces with Hannah, with Kristen, with Heather. We've got Chris and Stephanie over there, our practitioners, Tony, Andrea. I mean, the list goes on. And of course, all of this comes from our leadership, which is Tom and Stephanie Ivany, and they really cultivated that family vibe, which we then have internally
You can feel it. You can feel it. I mean, for you to even to agree to do a live walking webinar, I think we've set webinar history, right? How many live walking webinars are out there?
I think
not many.
This is it.
This is truly monumental, but you guys have been generous with your time. It's a beautiful facility.
Thank you.
So many services available. So many great partners you brought with us today.
Yes.
It's great to see the folks from Deering and VEC
Yes.
and TDDS and just a
Really,
wide range.
one of my favorite things is working with On Demand is
Yeah.
meeting so many good people, like so many valuable relationships.
Yeah.
And it's really nice as they go outside of work.
Right.
Yeah.
Truly, genuinely, they're
And-
just family.
The last thing I want to say is just that we've based our business model on our inability to say no.
Yeah.
And so when a company says, hey, can you do this?
Sure.
We're like, yes, we can. Google, Home Depot, Target, whatever it is, to get it done. And so if there's a company out there that needs something and you didn't see it on today's tour, just give us a call.
Okay.
And we'll get
What's
it
the
for you.
number, please?
It's 330-270-3660. That's going to take you to both the immediate care and drug testing, and we're going to be able to answer those questions. I'm Ruth, and this is Megan.
All right. Signing off. This is Jeff, and this has been our first ever walking webinar. So
Nice.
thanks everyone for joining us today.
Thank you.
And this, of course, will be posted on the Business Journal for everyone's viewing
Nice.
for the deep insights that we're going to share. And thanks to Steve for backing us up with the video today.
Thank
So
you.
it sounds good. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us today.
Thank
Happy
you.
Have a great
weekend.
day. Okay.